Alright, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about starting your own YouTube channel and like becoming a motovlogger. So, one of you guys asked like, hey, I want to start making videos, how do I start doing it? And then a couple of my buddies at work, they also ride, they're starting their own YouTube channels. And, you know, these are just some of the tips and tricks that I learned, like my journey along the way, starting to be a motovlogger. The first thing that you need is like, okay, let me start it this way. The barrier to entry to YouTube is incredibly low. Like, what I mean is, you don't have to be crazy talented or anything like that, or you don't have to have the best stuff, or you don't need to buy in or go to like film school to become a YouTuber. No, you don't need any of that. Like, all you really need to become a YouTuber is a camera phone and a computer to upload your stuff. Like, honestly, that's it. The most important part is telling your story. It doesn't matter what device you have or what media you're using. If you have a story that's worth telling, then tell it. No matter what option you have, no matter what you have available to you, if it's a story that you believe is worth telling, that you believe people are going to want to listen to, then tell it. You don't need the newest GoPro or anything like that. You don't need a Shure microphone or a Manfrotto tripod or DJI Phantom drones or anything like that. No. The great thing about YouTube is you just have to tell a story, and it has to captivate the people that you want to tell it to. That's why, like, people who make those like those prank videos, they're so popular, because it's like, it's funny. Everybody loves something that's short, simple, well thought out, and it's just like, it's funny. There's a build up, a payoff, and then a what the heck happens afterwards. But anyways, I kind of buried the lead. Like, so honestly, all you need to become a YouTuber, to post videos on YouTube, is a computer and a camera. And of course, you guys all have smartphones. Like, you guys have smartphones. Like, the majority of you do. And the camera on your smartphone is pretty freaking good. Like, I know it's not like amazing to motovlog with. It's actually pretty dangerous if you're just using your phone, but you can still do it if you really wanted to. But specifically, if you want to motovlog, typically the gold standard in terms of recording is a GoPro. It just gets the right field of view, the right how do I explain field of view? It's the amount of stuff that you can see. So GoPros, they kind of shrink things down, but they allow you to see a lot of stuff from the side. So it's a wide angle lens. So that's great, because it gives you a sense of where you're at in terms of, you know, riding and stuff like that. It really immerses the viewer. So that's why the GoPro is kind of like the gold standard. It's the gold standard in terms of its field of view, and it's the gold standard in terms of its durability and ruggedness. If you're gonna do a motovlog like I am, where you're actually vlogging and talking to people, the next thing you'll need is a microphone. So, of course, there are people who started their channels with just the GoPro, and then they just added text on top of the video. But that takes a lot of work, and honestly, it's an option that you can do, but really, it's up to you. The other thing that you'll need is a motorcycle if you want to motovlog. Like, you have to have a motorcycle. One of the biggest things that I learned is, if you want to be a popular motovlogger, you got to get a popular bike. That's one of the easiest ways to get your name out there, to get your channel searched, is to get a bike that a lot of people have or are interested in, and they're willing to search. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do that. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do that. Like, I have an XT250, it's probably one of the least popular bikes, let alone least popular dual sports on the planet. Like, I would even say the TW200, is a more searched bike than this bike is. But in terms of building a YouTube channel, you want to build a channel with a bike or with a topic that people are going to search and they're going to find. Because you can have like the most obscure bike on the planet, like I don't know, like a shoot, I can't even think of one, like a Honda Elite scooter. Like, yeah, not a lot of people are going to search that unless they're looking to restore bikes or scooters or anything like that. But you want, in order to be successful on YouTube, you have to have a bike that people are going to search. Like, I learned that, like, riding my XT versus my brother's Yamaha R3. When I first started posting, his videos would get, like, or the bikes that I would put, the videos that I'd post when I would be riding his bike would have about 10 times the amount of views that I would have when I first started out riding this bike. And it's just because people search Yamaha R3 more than they search Yamaha XT250. And the Yamaha R3 also happens to be a very good beginner bike that a lot of people are looking at, versus the XT250 where not a lot of people are buying it. So yeah, you need a GoPro, you need a microphone, and you need a motorcycle if you want to be a motovlogger. But after that, you pretty much just need, like I said, you need a computer to upload your videos. But the most important thing about motovlogging is you have to be an interesting person. You have to be able to talk to people. Like, you don't necessarily need to be able to talk to them face to face, but you need to be able to effectively communicate your ideas regardless of what the topic is and regardless of what the situation is. And you also need to be doing it safely. So let's start with the first half of that. Like, there are a lot of people out there who ride these awesome bikes, but they just don't captivate the audience. Their story isn't either worth telling, or they're not telling it correctly in an interesting way. And that's where a lot of people mess up, and that's honestly the hardest part about being a YouTuber. Like, you can have all this stuff. You can have the GoPro, you can have the motorcycle, you can have the Yamaha R3, you can have, you know, the computer and everything like that. You can even be in the most beautiful area there is to possibly motovlog, but if you're not an interesting person and people aren't interested in what you have to say, they're not going to stick around. And probably 85% of the videos that I've made have never made it to the internet, just because I watch them and my ideas are not communicated effectively. They're not clear and concise. You know, what I'm saying doesn't make sense, or it's just not interesting. And really, if you guys are spending your time watching me, it's because you like what I have to say. And if you want to start your own channel, and if you want to grow as a YouTuber, you have to either be doing something interesting or saying something interesting. And like for me, I learned that my limit is I can talk to you guys for about 15 minutes and then I have nothing to talk about with that topic, and then I'm totally lost. And that's just one of those restraints that I have in my life. But I have 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes where I'm actually really interesting, and then after that the video goes to shit. And I don't know what it is about you guys. Maybe your limit is 5 minutes, maybe your limit is 30 minutes, but you also got to remember, what is the limit of the people that you're targeting your videos to? You know, like, there's a YouTuber that I watch, his name's Nothing Fancy, and today I was watching a video of his. It was 56 minutes long. And you know, there are times when I have like the availability to watch a 56-minute video, but there are times when I just don't. And that's when I favor a video, like say of somebody by the name of Casey Neistat, where his videos are 6 to 8 minutes, but it's just everything that you see in those 8 to 10 minutes is like, it's perfect. Everything is well choreographed. Everything is in there for a reason, and he cuts out anything that doesn't belong. And honestly, like, I don't cut out very much with you guys because I do it all in one take. I believe in honesty, and if I don't do it all in one go, then I just say forget it. I'm gonna re-record it another day, whatever. Or it just gets dropped on the cutting room floor. And that's probably the most important thing, is you have to have the knowledge and understanding of yourself and the topic that you're talking about to make sure it's interesting, captivating, and concise. Because I don't want you guys to stick around for nothing and have like 10 minutes of me just riding around not doing anything, because that's not interesting. You guys aren't learning anything, you're not seeing anything cool, and it's just like, I wouldn't want to watch that video. And that's probably like that thought right there, I wouldn't want to watch that video, is one of the major keystones of how I make my videos. If it's not something that I would want to watch, I don't make it. Because I originally made this channel because I wanted to do a journal for myself, and I also wanted to do a journal for you guys, and I wish that I had a resource like this when I was first buying my XT250, when I was first starting off riding a motorcycle, and when I was first starting off as a motovlogger. And oh, that's another thing I forgot. You'll need some way to edit your video and upload it, but honestly, if you do it in one take, you don't really need to do it. You can just take it right off your GoPro and upload it to YouTube. And of course, production value does go a long way, but that's all up to you. That's all on you. The most important thing is have a good story to tell it the right way, be captivating, and be concise. Other than that, it doesn't matter what you ride, it doesn't matter what you record with, because if the people like you, then they're gonna like you, man. And they're gonna stick with you when you're riding around with a shitty microphone like I was the first 15 episodes, or when you have everything kind of dialed down, or dialed in, and you're making a motovlog every other day. And guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about what I do as a motovlogger or how I do it, feel free to drop it in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I make these videos, and what is going on up here? I make these videos for you guys, and I do it all for you because I really enjoy doing it. And I'm glad you guys stick around and watch the videos that I make. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and until next time, peace out.